My boyfriend shoved me off a cliff, and I got impaled by tree branches on the way down. Blood was dripping everywhere, attracting these flesh-eating ants that started crawling all over me. Then suddenly I snapped back to consciousness. My mind was completely blank, but I spotted a lighter on the ground. I managed to hook it over with my earphone cord, then lit some dry grass under the wooden branches. The fire spread and burned through the wood, and I rocked back and forth until I could break free from the branches. That's when my boyfriend and his two buddies showed up. I could hear them approaching the cliff edge, so I started climbing along the rock face. When they peered down, all they saw was charred ground. Realizing something was wrong, they immediately scrambled down to the bottom of the cliff. But by the time they got there, I was long gone. They followed my blood trail and tracked me to a lake. The group decided to split up and search. I surfaced from the water and spotted this heavy-set guy. I snuck up and grabbed his gun. The man started begging for his life, but I pulled the trigger without hesitation, only to discover there were no bullets. He shoved my head underwater, trying to drown me, but I managed to grab his knife and jammed it right into his eye. He died instantly. I pulled out the knife, took his car, and drove to a cave where I built a campfire. I dumped everything out of his backpack and found a beer, which I drank to numb the pain. Then I used the knife to slice open an aluminum can, flattened out the metal, heated it over the fire until it was red hot, and pressed it against my wound. The searing pain knocked me unconscious. When I came to, the wound had healed and left behind an eagle-shaped scar. I grabbed the gun and walked out of the cave, ready to start my revenge. Meanwhile, one of the guys was driving around looking for me. I tailed him, and when he stopped to get gas, I aimed at his head and pulled the trigger. The recoil threw off my shot, and I only hit his shoulder. I got up to take another shot, but he'd vanished. I went to check and found blood on the ground. The guy had taken off his sock to tie around the wound. I followed his trail and found just a shoe, not realizing he was right behind me. He barely managed to lift his sniper rifle and shot my ear. I ran for it, smashing my flashlight as I went. He chased after me, and the glass shards went straight into the bottom of his foot. So he decided to come after me in his car instead. He drove straight at me, but I took aim and shot him dead with one bullet. When my boyfriend couldn't reach the other two guys, he got furious. He rode his motorcycle back to the villa and called for a helicopter pickup. But when he turned around, there I was with my gun pointed right at him. He begged me, but I just pulled the trigger and killed him. Finally, my revenge was complete.